Oh yeah. Boom, boom. What's up, peoples? So yeah, I'm away on holidays at the moment, so I don't have my regular mic with me, but if you guys could just give me a friendly update every now and then if the mic volume's okay. I'm just using my MacBook mic and it served me well for the first maybe 20 demo drops or so. So yeah, speaking of demo drop, guys, let's get straight into it. Now, I don't have my second monitor with me tonight because I'm away, so please let me know in the chat if anything goes wrong so I can yeah, get going, fix things up. Alrighty, we have a decent list today, guys. We already have about 15 tracks, so if you do want to skip the line, you can hit the donate button on my SoundCloud page and you will hit the front of the line. Now I do need to adjust my sound card, bear with me. Okay, let's get straight into this. So we have DJ EJ, RK2, like that. My new name, Artistic RK2 2022. Maybe I listened to this last week, but I remember I gave some comments. Let's see how it sounds now. Nope. Really nice. So I remember last week there were some issues with pitching on some of the instrumentation. I also remember, I think there was an issue with the compression of the bass line, like the sidechain wasn't hitting on every kick drum beat, and it sounds like that's been fixed, and it's the track sounding a lot better, a lot more sustained energy. Let's listen to this second drop. Nice update to the song. I like how there's more automation now on some of the sounds. So basically, I remember the track last week, or not last week, the week before. We did miss a week last week due to me just being busy. The sort of evolution of the sounds a lot better. I hear some automations on things, especially the lead sound that's bum 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 ba-da-da-da-da-dun, dun. But I hear that it's being filtered and it's being stretched in place and things like that. Really nice. By fixing the sort of the sidechain compression on your bass line, it's made the track feel a lot more bouncy. And yeah, it doesn't sound so sort of bass heavy anymore. So really, really nice. Nice work with that. Good update. Really, really nice work, DJ EJ. Very, very nice. All right, Addy Musics, Can't Help Myself. Let's have a listen. Work in progress, no problemo.
I always find it harder to breathe when you stay close to me. It's too much. I can't help myself, trying to save my breath in this moment. The way that you look at me, I can't help myself.
Mate, really nice. Really, really nice. I'll give you a tip which will help the sort of layering of the track, right? It's very, very good at the moment. I love the sort of drop and like the emotive feel of the track. When you introduce this new sound here, the wop 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 wop. Just have an EQ on that and automate, have it swept up, so have no sort of bass frequencies in it, and just slowly automate it so that the EQ empties back down into the bass frequencies. Because what I noticed when you introduce that saw, it made the track sound very heavy, and I know it's very particular, but when that new element got introduced into the track, it sounded quite sort of rumbly under there. So maybe have those EQs filtered out and just slowly sort of automate them back in, and that will add a sense of layering and suspense, because the listener is hearing this sound sort of appear, and it appears and then it gets stronger and stronger, thicker and thicker. I think that would be a really cool element to sort of just tweak a little bit. But man, sounding good, sounding good.
It's too much, I can't help myself. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Trying to save my breath in this moment. The way that you look at me, I can't help myself.
Really nice, man. Really nice. I think it would just be like, the idea is there, man. It's strong, it's solid, and in my opinion, a track this length is a pretty good length for this day and age, because a lot of sort of Spotify songs you listen to now, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but a lot of songs are only like 2 minutes or like 2 minutes 30. And what I like about this track is that sort of from the start, you have these nice sort of vocal sounds, so people know there's a vocal coming, so they know to sort of stick around for that. I think with the drop, you can have a bit more strength in the sort of bass lines. So yeah, you could just duplicate your bass line, give it a bit more sub frequencies. And man, yeah, like really nice. You have like a really good framework here, and now it's time to just, you're probably like 90% of the way there. It's time to just do the fine tuning. I would I always bring this up because I'm a drummer, but the percussion, you have a few opportunities in the drum track to be a bit more creative and a bit more crazy for the listener. Yeah, so that's my advice to you, man. Hope that helps. And yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone. We are pushing on to the one and only Wilson Serrano. Deep Blue version 1 sketch. Let's have a listen. Nice, man. Really nice. It's your tracks are always so nice because they're always so melodic, so happy, and so sort of it's already so nicely balanced, like as always. I guess one thing you could do with this sort of breakdown area, I feel like you have this good talent of having songs that are driving, and then you can strip them back into these really sort of beautiful melodic moments. I feel like you could do that in the middle here. Now you do strip it back, and you have like 2 bars where here it's like really thin, right? Those 2 bars there, it's really nice, really thin, and then from this moment it gets sort of high energy again. Ready? I feel like you could play around or like extend that fragility a little bit more there. So really make that middle section, you can extend it another maybe 4 bars and make it really stripped back, really like emotional in that section. And then perfect little build up you have here. The notes get a bit more intense, and then it drops back into the main sort of structure of the song. Man, really, really nice. I can never really fault your productions, and I always just try to highlight things where I feel like you could explore that section a bit more to take it to the next level. But as always, man, awesome music. Thank you for sending in. Guys, we've got a good mood tonight. Things are sounding really good. Okay, Lose Control. Right, let's have a listen.
I'm in this emotional roller coaster. Hands up, hands high, getting closer. Music blares like dancing off a choker. Got my heart on my sleeve, call it good exposure. In the beat, got my sensory overload. Overload, overload, low, overload. What you think is my sensory overload. Overload, overload, I lose control. Lose control. Lose control.
Man, I'm liking this. What I sensed, and I've only listened to it just now, but what it sounded like, the intro was in one key and the drop is in a totally different key. So at the moment, for my ears, it sounds a bit disjointed, and it could just be, you might just need to adjust 1 or 2 notes on your piano roll, and it'll sort of have a bit better continuity going from the intro build up into the drop. But that's just my opinion. So let's keep going. I really like the sound design. There's some elements that I personally would mix differently, but this is the beauty of music, guys, is something that Wright has created. Might just need some input from someone like myself to slightly change something to make it sound, 5 or 6 times better than what it already does. Really nice so far. Good energy. I think the drums in the intro, very sort of safe, very plain, very minimal. You could jazz it up a little bit to just layer by layer to sort of help the track progress. But really, really nice. I'm feeling the energy here. Super good groove.
Overload, overload, low, overload. What you think is my
Yeah, nice, man. Really nice sound. This is like if Medusa and Oliver Heldens had a child, it would be right. Hey, man, really good. I dig this track. This track has a lot of potential. Like the energy's there, the sound design is there. I feel like the melody in some parts is a little bit too crazy in terms of the note placement. But yeah, it's good, man. Keep this track going because I'm excited to hear where this one goes. Yeah, very cool track. All right, let's continue. Music by Doubt. Ooh, my friend, it's been a while since I've heard from you. Let's have a listen. Hope you are well as well, my friend. Whatever we are, Your Light, Doubt remix. Music by Doubt, of course, won the Legacy Remix Contest. What was it? A little over a year ago now?
I don't need no reminding of when I colored outside the lines and let you down. There's a soul that's been hoping that this hole that's always open to close the darkness off. You're the one I cared for most. It should be harder to let go than keep you around. Keep you around. We both have so much to say, but my heart is breaking apart by the day. Just please don't give up on love if I'm not the one you've been waiting on. You've been waiting on. Don't wait for me, wait for me. Don't wait for me, wait for me. Don't wait for me, wait for me. Wait for me, wait for me.
Man, really nice. I feel like with the drop, the note you use, you sort of go like dun 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 dun. Instead, you could go 1 2 3 4, like keep stepping up in terms of the sort of keys on the piano roll. Dropping down on that fourth note, sort of the track's lifting up with notes and then it drops back down. It feels like you could give it more energy and more lift by going up on that fourth note instead of back down to the second note. But really nice, delicate track. It's sort of like, it has an Avicii feel to it. Really nice.
Melody but couldn't rhyme. When the sun rises, I'm gone. I'm not to be relied on, to be your light, to be your light. We both have so much to say, but my heart is breaking apart by the day. Just please don't give up on love if I'm not the one you've been waiting on. You've been waiting on.
We both have so much to say, but you got up and walked away. Guess you gave up on us and I'm not the one. You've been waiting on.
Don't wait for me, wait for me now. Don't wait for me,
Don't wait for me now.
don't wait for me, wait for me. Wait for me, wait for me.
feel like, yeah, if you just go up on that fourth note, there's not too much more I would recommend changing. I'm not familiar with the original, so I don't know how far you've taken it from the original. But knowing you do some crazy stuff. So experiment with that note progression. See if on the fourth note, instead of dropping down to the second, you go up. That might like raise the track up a little bit. But wow, man, good to hear from you. I hope you're well. And yeah, greetings from Germany. All right, let's continue. We Are Mad Boys. These guys produce some killer music. Also, Mad Boys were voted #1 DJs for the Fresh 2021. So congrats, guys. I came in number 7. Yeah, go me. All right, let's have a listen. Mad Boys, We Are Love, acoustic version. We Are Love.
Just remember when we used to feel alive, but it changed it and we went into thought times. Let's believe in the memories of my mind, 'cause together we are designing life. When we are united, our time has come together tonight, 'cause we are love, no matter what we've been for, 'cause we are love, we are love.
If you guys are watching on YouTube, don't click that link, whatever it is. There's some bots that occasionally post stuff. Guys, man, this is sounding good. In my opinion, there's like a sort of a violin sound that, in my opinion, is a little too overused or a little too loud in the introduction here. Wait, where was it? The thing that's going. Maybe you could have that just interject when the singer has stopped singing, because the singer sings the line, and then you could have the violin sound doing in between the vocal. But yeah, very cool version compared to the original. If you guys haven't heard the original of this, Mad Boys We Are Love, go listen to it. It's really sounds really good.
Let's go dance, give me a chance, everything will be alright. Do you still believe in the memories we created when we were free? Never leave what we achieved, we will soon be relieved. When we are united, our time has come together tonight, 'cause we are love, no matter what we've been for, 'cause we are love, we are love.
Nice, guys. I love it. Some ideas. Okay, I love the drum track. I can hear the really small details you have there. You've got the like a sort of a bell hitting on the offbeat and like a tight hi-hat hitting on the beat. Really nice. I feel like the violin sound, you could continue here for maybe 4 bars at the end. Just a violin solo at the end would be really, really nice. And I know it's like the acoustic version. In my opinion, the bass line is a little too thin. Like it sounds like it's a sort of mid bass. So if you wanted to keep it that way because it's acoustic, it makes sense. But my ears would sort of like to hear a little bit more bass. So up to you. The violin, guys, I really think you should continue it on. Hang on, I'll show you what I mean. Hang on. I did it for this spin and remix contest here. So you could automate the BPM to slow down as well in the track. And just strip it right back. Could be something cool for you guys to try out. Maybe it takes the track to next level awesome. Keshu, my friend, if you're tuned in on the chat, make sure you resend your track because it's not live anymore. Frankie Fingers, my friend, I'm gonna give you a follow because looks like we are just joining each other on SoundCloud. I'll check out your profile as well, my friend, and I'll recommend some things for you to update. But let's go, Frankie Fingers. Boom.
Check it out. Yeah. Bro, this lead sound is so catchy. The melody is good, very good. I recommend, Frankie Fingers, that you collaborate with someone on this track because it has so much potential to be fire, right? The elements are there to make it fire. There's some sort of song structure issues that I have with it. Like there's some elements in there that I feel don't really match the aggression of the song. And there's some sort of weird little sounds here and there which sort of break the mood of the track. But I really feel if you collaborate with someone like Complaints, maybe this track could be insane. I would happily help you out on this as well. Like you can write to me if you want to, but
I feel like, yeah, collaborate with someone, my friend. You learn a lot by collaboration, and you never know, this track could be quite big. So yeah, man, go for that. Really, really nice. Yeah, nice, man. Very, very nice. All right, Yash, my friend, let's have a listen. F.R1, work in progress. Let's have a listen. Yash, really good, my friend. Huge improvement from the weeks prior. So in the months prior, for everyone watching, Yash has been sending in music. It's been good. It's been almost perfect. It's been a little bit wrong, a little bit right. This, finally, everything's in key. Everything has good energy. The melody is good. The sound design is good. You've improved massively over like the last 2 months. So very, very, very well done, my friend. Cheers, Wilson. Yeah, really nice, man. Really, really nice. I'll recommend something to make your tracks sort of progress a little bit more. So you have your sort of lead that's sort of very high up in octave, so it's very high on the piano roll. I recommend for the first half of your drop, have it sort of a little bit lower on the piano roll, so shift it down 1 octave. So instead of it being like da, 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 you can have it like bum 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 bum, and then for the second rotation of the drop, then you can shift it up to that sort of higher melody space. Really, really nice. Good to hear you improving, and really exciting. Like, I love hearing this improvement so fast from you guys. It's really, really good. All right, Rohi 7 Shacks. Let's have a listen to Future Bass.
the touch of yours. It's what I've been looking for. When you say my name, I just wanna feel you more. I tried to read your book, but it's too complicated. And I can't know how you feel. Damn, I hate it. Oh, I'm gonna try to find the light from the sun when I'm underwater. I'm gonna try to feel the heat in the cold. You're making it harder.
Nice. Rohi Shacks, be careful of your sub bass. Your sub bass is hitting notes that are not correct in terms of the rest of your sort of production. So that's the only thing at the moment that's sounding not so good for my ears is your sub bass. So just double check the notes of your sub bass to make sure they're hitting the correct notes. That's pretty much it. The sub bass is sort of a little bit uncontrolled as well. Like the frequency sounds like it's spread quite a lot. So make sure you put an EQ on your sub bass and really sort of keep it in a certain frequency range so it doesn't overpower everything else.
In the cold, you're making it harder.
Nice, man. Really nice track. So as you can read from a lot of comments, there's a lot of people have some advice for your bass line. So as I said, the sub bass is very sort of wide and sort of not contained. What it's doing is crushing a lot of other elements in your track. So make sure you contain that sub bass so that your kick can be heard. Virtual Potions also recommended a sidechain for your snare, which is also good. The percussion is sort of lost in your track because the bass line is killing a lot of frequencies. So similar to how we sidechain for every time the kick happens, if you want to have your clap heard, you can add a sidechain compression for every time the clap hits. Then the clap's heard a bit better. Really good tip there, Virtual Potions. Nice. All right, let's push on. So Last Ashen with Sakura. Sakura? Sakura. Let's have a listen. Nice. Okay, some initial comments. I feel like you have more opportunity to play around with automation here because the sound is quite consistent for like about 40 or 50 seconds. So every time you sort of build up to the next moment, make sure you strip away some elements. You can do that by literally ending some MIDI clips like section by section until there's just a few elements left, and then bring back in everything for that next sort of moment. Or you can automate things out. So in terms of volume, you can just automate the volume out. You can apply a filter and slowly like add the filter on, or sweep everything up through the high frequencies, filter things down through the low frequencies. Perfect place to do that would be somewhere around here, where it's building up to this next section. So that moment right there, so just before that, the big sort of drum and bass moment happens, you really want to filter away some things like the kick, maybe the snare, a few elements from the mid of the track, so that the track sort of thins out. So then when you have that big moment, it's kind of like a big wall of sound coming through for the listeners. But so far, really nice little drum and bass track here. Yeah, so just a little bit more automation throughout the track to make it a bit more exciting for the listener. I'm not saying that the track is bad. It's just once you reach that sort of that similar sound, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And I know that's what drum and bass is about, sort of high energy and keeping the listener sort of at that high energy intense level. But it's always good to strip some elements back so there's a bit of a hold in the music. Hold, 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 drop, you know? Yeah, that's my sort of advice for you, is play around a little bit more with those sort of moments, you know, hold back for the listener, keep them going, and then bang, get it back in there. Yeah, nice. Okay, we are going to push on. Thank you for submitting, my friend. We are up to Virtual Potions. Here we go, Virtual Potions. Let's have a listen to Grabbit's Die For You Virtual Potions Remix, Valorant Champions 2021.
Time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, cause that's all they'll be. Now there's only one thing I can do, fight until the end like I promised to. Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. What did it be before it's over? Blinding flashes getting closer. With there I had something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. This could be I'd die for you. This could be the day I'd die for you. This could be the day. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When I let it go, when I make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die, gotta die. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When I let it go, when I make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When I let it go, when I make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I gotta live, when I gotta live, when I gotta die, gotta die. Feeling like there's nothing I can do. This could be the end, it's not true. It's taken me my lifetime just to prove. This could be the day I die for you. Don't let it be the day. What could it be before it's over? Running black is getting closer. Sacrificing everything I know. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day. Everything I know, everything I hold tight.
Really nice. Wow. What a track. Really, really intricate things happening throughout this track. The only area I can comment on for you to potentially explore for like future productions is like stereo width. So a lot of these sounds I'm hearing were coming sort of through the center of the mix. The vocal especially could use a little bit of width, just a tiny bit, because everything's sort of coming through the center at the moment, and it's sounding good. Like it's sounding very well mixed. So imagine if you push some elements a little bit wider, you could grab so much more detail into the listener's ears. You can also play around with panning. You know, you can swipe some sounds from left to right, or you can just have some elements in the left channel, some elements in the right channel. Give the listener a sort of three-dimensional taste of your music production skills. But wow, what a track. Man, it's like so good. So good. I can't really recommend anything else to improve because it's already such a high standard, my friend. So thank you for submitting. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream as we continue on to Vikash Nagiti. And this track is called Nagiti Vibe Extended Mix. So let's have a listen. Nice track so far. I think you definitely can add some reverb onto especially the note that's like bop, because it's really, it comes in and then it's gone. You know, you want to give that a bit of tail so that it sort of trails off for the listener. I know what you're trying to create is this sort of big brass sound, like the blah, and then it sort of fades away. I think you really need the fade away to sort of make this track sound a bit better sort of glued together. Everything sounds a little bit blocky at the moment, and the perfect example is the introduction. It's very thin, very very minimal, and everything sounds very sort of like city blocks, like just buildings, but nothing's sort of flowing together like a forest, you know. But it's just these tiny techniques you need to do to make that happen. So let's keep listening, and sounding good so far. Right near the end there, you do have some elements that go out of key. So basically the MIDI notes that you've added to your piano roll are not sort of matching in terms of the the key, the frequencies. Not the frequencies. Frequencies are fine. They're sort of this. You have two elements happening, and then one element sort of shifts to a different scale. And if you want that to happen, you need to shift everything to that alternative scale. It's quite a hard thing to do. You've sort of half done it with this track. You've done it with some elements and not with the rest. So make sure you take them all to that different key. Yeah, I think the disharmonics are happening on the sort of the fourth note of your rotation. You have you have a unique chord for the last chord. It's sort of like a sharp chord. I think like Blue is mentioning in the comments, sort of like an A sharp maybe. But yeah, you go to a sort of a minor chord. So other instruments in your track need to reflect that and support that. Otherwise, it sounds a bit disjointed. So. Overall, good track, good sort of, it creates a really good, and the words there, creates a really good vibe. But yeah, just there's a tiny disconnect with the fourth sort of chord of your rotation. So once you fix that up, the track will be sounding nice and neat. It'll feel like everything sits on top of each other. Add some reverb to a few elements to give them a bit more life. They're all sounding very sort of blocky and very digital, you know, sort of like I make my sound and then I stop, you know. You want it to sort of make that sound and it sort of travels off into the distance. So really, really nice. Let's keep going. So, Harsh, my friend. Let's continue. Never a Good Time. Harsh remix.
Love her, let her go. And all the high and low, you gotta do whatever feels right. Young enough to break, just a little give I take. I don't wanna walk away, but I gotta do whatever feels right. Got a little in my hotel lobby. You know I never meant to do you like that. I miss you laughing, girl, I miss your body. But once it's broken, then it won't go back. I don't wanna wait. Never a good time to say goodbye, yeah. I don't wanna wait. Maybe it's just a sign, we'll tell you why. And she said no, a million times no. You know I'll never die to see you letting me go. But I don't wanna wait. Never a good time to say goodbye,
Nice. Harsh. Similar feedback to a track maybe 2 tracks ago. Explore the sort of stereo width. So everything's hitting through the center of the mix. So you pan some elements left, some right. Definitely give some width to the vocals, so it's sort of occupying some different frequencies. And then you have a much sort of louder and fuller sound, because at the moment the track is definitely good, sound design's good, sound design's strong, mixing is good, mixing is strong. Just the it's lacking a little bit of sort of power, I guess, and that's because everything's hitting through the center of the mix. So if you pan a few things left and right, then you can produce more volume, because not everything is sort of occupying the central frequency space. Once you shift things slightly, a little bit left, a little bit right, then the track sort of opens up a bit more, and then you can boost everything a little bit more in terms of volume to get that sort of nice full sound. But yeah, overall really nice, and also digging the new logo as well, my friend. Really cool. All right, let's continue, shall we? Just music. Sorry that I'm sensitive, version 2. Let's have a listen. And guys, I'm going to finish in about maybe 20 minutes, because we have to go have dinner. The hotel finishes dinner here at 9:30, so I want to get there. It's a 5-course meal, so I don't want to miss out. All right, so guys, 20 minutes left, and we do still have a few tracks as well, so I'm going to try my best to get through them all. I apologize if I cannot, but yeah, you guys are lucky because I'm on holiday, so let's go. Sorry that I'm sensitive. Just music. Here we go. Nice. So far you got a nice little sort of like bass house track, but I'm not really digging that digital sound that you brought in on the second half of the drop. It takes it from like a track with attitude to like a sort of cheesy digital track. So stick with the deep, dark, dirty for this track. You've created a really good vibe, so I think stick with that. The only thing I don't like is that weird sort of Game Boy sound. That just doesn't fit the track. But everything else is pretty neat. Like, it's sort of deep, dark, and dirty. Nice track overall. I like it. It's definitely got potential. So. Yeah, nice little track. I think basically you just gotta remove that Game Boy sound and make the whole track a bit louder overall. It's lacking a bit of sort of intensity. All right, Like Blue, Elenium, Story of My Life, Like Blue remix, arrangement only, still working on mixing. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Here we go.
The hardest part is when you leave me open. The door's quite wide open, and I'm stuck inside. With all these promises we made, they'll end up broken. We're going through the motions, only one of us survives. So go, leave me here alone. Bring me down to my bones, I'll bear all the line. This always happens, we're so much righteous. I've been here before 100 times. So what's the point of being disappointed? Guess it's just a story of my life. Story of my
So a few things. The unique introduction is really cool. How much you've sort of cut up and affected the vocals. It's good because the listener instantly goes, "Oh, cool. Where is this track gonna go?" With the drop, good energy. I feel what you're trying to do. Right? It's almost there. I feel like the bass line and the kick are sort of that. I don't really feel them. Like you got so much more sort of space to really smash that bass line in. I want to feel that kick, you know, it's smashing me. But the one thing that is standing out in terms of like a point of excellence is the vocal, like how much you've done to it. I'm not too familiar with the original, but it sounds like you have personally done a lot of effects on the vocal, which is really, really cool. Everything's sounding good, like everything's in key. I know you said to sort of forget about the mix, but I'm just going to give you like comments overall, so you can just sort of, if you were going to address that, at least you know I'm picking up on similar things. But at the moment, if you sort of EQ'd things, I definitely give the bass line a bit of a boost. The kick I would definitely make a little bit more punchy so that it can be heard through the mix as well.
You leave me so confused. I'm so done with you. Curse of my heart. Without you, I just can't feel it. Without you, this world's not real. So go, leave me here alone. Bring me down to my bones. I'll bear all the lie. This always happens. We're so much righteous. I've been here before 100 times. So what's the point of being disappointed? Guess it's just a story of my life. Story of my life. So wake me up, 'cause I don't wanna see the sun. I just wanna be alone. I don't wanna be alone. This always happens. We're so much righteous. I've been here before 100 times. So what's the point of being disappointed? Guess it's just a story of my life. Story of my
Yeah, nice. So what it sounds like, you have that sort of main sort of bassline sound happening, but it sounds like sort of a lot of, not a lot, but some of the sub bass frequencies are sort of swept out of it. I'd keep some of them in, and also what you've done with the vocal is you sort of you've shifted it a bit in terms of the EQ. You've sort of crushed it up a bit near those sort of mid to high frequencies. I would almost bring back some of those mid bass frequencies in the vocal just so they sound a bit sort of thicker in the mix. Because what it sounds like you've got kick, bass line, and vocal happening at the top, and there is some sort of hi-hats in there as well. So if you sort of what I'm trying to get at is the elements at the moment sound like they're definitely in their boxes apart. You want to sort of blend them, overlap them a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, so that the track is sort of glued together a bit better. Overall, like the aggression is there. I feel it coming through. I think as you sort of mix it and EQ it, I think you'll get some really interesting blends of sounds there. All right, I have to fire off a few more tracks, guys, before I need to go. Guys, what I will say is if I don't get to your tracks today, I'll DM you some feedback. All right, Ariane Jolly, Better Than Nothing.
Could you put me first? Could you be that trusting? 3 little words, but better than nothing. Send me a sign that you're really wanting me in your life. I don't wanna fight, I don't wanna be without you tonight. So give me your heart, I'm already falling. Give me your heart, I'm already falling. Give me your heart, I'm already falling. 3 little words, but better than
Nice. There's a cool disconnect in this track, and I think it makes it unique. You have sort of like trap style drums and like a real sort of floating bass line, like going up and down between the octaves. And yet the body of your track is very like melodic, like a longer sustained chords, rather than like a trap sort of wop 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 or something like that. So it's unique in a way. I can't really put my finger on what to improve here. Like the overall mix, I would say, is like a little quiet. So, I mean, adding a few things to your master to make it feel a bit stronger. The presence of the track, like make it a bit more present. So a bit more sort of like loudness. Yeah, so on your master, a bit of saturation, a bit of OTT, a few limiters on some elements to sort of get them sounding a bit louder. But overall, man, as always, like a good strong track, always. I can't really think of anything else, my friends. So if anyone has anything else to add to Ariane and his track, then just send him a DM. All right, complaint, put you in the dirt. Oh, I hope not. Let's have a listen.
Dig a hole, I put you in the dirt. Put your fucking hands up. Dig a hole, I put you in the dirt. Put you in the Put your fucking hands up. Dig a hole, I put you in the dirt. Put your fucking hands up. Dig a hole, I put you in the dirt. Put you in the dirt.
Nice, man. Really good, man. As always, bring in the fire. And to be honest, man, this track is good because it's like, for someone like myself who doesn't listen to a lot of trap, doesn't listen to a lot of hardstyle, doesn't listen to a lot of drum and bass, this track, comparatively speaking, from things I've heard from you, this sounds sort of more mainstream. Like, it sounds like, it sounds more safe to sort of introduce someone to this style of music. You've done crazy stuff in the past where I've listened and just been like, what is this? Like, this is insane. But this sort of has, like, you know, it's repetitive in good ways. It's repeating the same things over and over, and the sort of aggression is not lost in sort of any aspect of the track. I feel that, like, this track, to take it up a level, I don't know, like, you could possibly integrate a section where the kick is sort of doing double time, or like put in a little drum and bass break in the track somewhere to sort of give the listener a bit of like a whoa, oh my god moment, and then switch back into the sort of trap, dirty trap beat. But yeah, man, overall sick track, sounding like commercially sort of sound, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, nice. I'm glad that everyone loved it. All the comments are going insane. Looks like Critison will be the last track that I review today, because, guys, I have to go. My girlfriend's already just waved to me that we have to go. So, Critison, congratulations, my friend. You're the last track, Dream Escape. Let's have a listen, and then I'm going to be out of here. Really nice work, Critison, with the LFO sound. The it sort of changes throughout the track. It's good because it gives the track life and it keeps the listener excited for what's coming next because they're not sure what's going to come next. So really, really nice. Someone mentioned it already as well. The vocoder sounds really good as well. So they're two good elements of the track. Really, really nicely done. Critison, nice track, man. I've heard a few versions of this. This is definitely more sort of evolved compared to the rest of them. Hey guys, we reviewed 18 tracks today. So, hey Siri, can you pick a random number between 1 and 18, please?
A random number between 1 and 18 is 10.
10. Easy. Yeah, and a nice little track to finish up. Sakura is our artist of the week. So Sakura, Last Ashen, my friend. Do you have Instagram? Not sure, my friend. I'll look you up and try and find you on Instagram. I'll give you a shout out on my socials. If not, see you all next week, guys. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. Stay safe. Don't do anything silly. Ciao.